Strong storms take their toll on central Texas, bringing floods and high water rescues. A tornado leaves a path of damage in one area of town, even lifting a train off the tracks. We have live team coverage for you this afternoon, looking closer at the impact of the storms. And we may not be done with the rain right here in Austin. Natalie Stoll is tracking your conditions for you in the First Warning Weather Center. Hi, Nat.
Good morning, or good afternoon now, I should say. Yeah, we aren't done with the wet weather just yet. We still have a chance as we go through the afternoon. Let's take a live look outside. Here's downtown Austin right now. A little sun mixing through those clouds, so temperatures have warmed up nicely so far this morning. No wet weather this morning here in the Austin area. Our morning commute was nice and dry. Good news there. We're kind of drying out from all the rain that we saw last night, and we saw inches of it. In fact, we broke a record for yesterday's rain with more than 2.5 inches of rain falling at Camp Mabry. Really great news there. We now are at about our May average as far as rain totals go. So anything we see beyond this is going to add to our surplus for the month. And that is really great news because July and August, once those come around, those are some of our driest months of the year. Let's talk about the radar right now. We have a light shower kind of over Lampasas County. It was a bit heavier just a short time ago, but is now weakened. We have the potential for a few more of these later on today. Main reason being, you can see that counterclockwise rotation right there in the Viper radar over North Texas. That's that upper level low. It's slowly tracking east, and as all that moisture swings around that low, we continue to see the potential for a few showers later on this afternoon and evening, maybe even a thunderstorm. Let's talk about your forecast, give you an update. Right now we're sitting at 74 degrees. Like I mentioned, comfortable temperatures, that chance for rain through 5 p.m. and we'll top out right around 79. Now I have a whole list of storm totals, rainfall totals for you. We'll talk about those a little later in First Warning Weather.
All right, Natalie, thank you. So some of the worst damage is just southeast of Austin and Weimar, where a tornado touched down Thursday evening. Weimar is south of LaGrange in Colorado County, midway between Houston and San Antonio. Several people were injured when the tornado barreled through the high school parking lot in the middle of a fundraiser. Shannon Wolfson is live in that parking lot where the cleanup has started. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Sally. There is plenty to clean up, that is for sure. Just take a look at what's going on behind me. You cannot imagine the volunteer effort out here this morning. It has been unreal. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But first, I want to tell you about something that happened about 30 minutes ago. We've got a photograph, actually, that I snapped about 30 minutes ago. There are so many volunteers out here trying to do so much work. And unfortunately, a woman was pretty seriously injured when a very large piece of wood, it looks like the roof maybe of a building, fell on her when she slipped. She was taken away in an ambulance. We are not sure exactly what her condition is, but we are trying to figure that out just as soon as we can, and we'll bring it to you when we know more about it. Back live out here right now, this community, you can see, did not waste a minute of daylight before they started cleaning up, and what we've learned is that's just what they're about out here. Sunrise in Weimar, Texas, the day after, and it's not easy on the eyes.
We're just thankful that we're still here.
Ricky Rodriguez was in the middle of it Thursday night in the high school parking lot buying a pizza for a school fundraiser.
It just got really bad. All the windows started busting out, and I just got in between the seat and the console, and it just said a lot of prayers. I was thinking that maybe I might not be here, that I was going to be pulled out of the vehicle, and all I did was pray.
There must have been a lot of prayers in the parking lot in those moments, because 8 people inside this food truck survived when the winds tossed it onto its side. Many of them were trapped. Bumps and bruises and some broken bones, but no serious injuries.
I think the good Lord just saved us. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I sat there and watched the trailer flip over, the truck and trailer. We were right next to it.
So I was a couple blocks away, and it was amazing the force and how fast it hit.
Weimar Superintendent John Wunderlich was out before dawn sizing up the damage, and there is plenty of it. Steel stadium lights bent in half by the power of the wind. Debris everywhere. The Weimar ISD Sports Complex bore the brunt. At the football stadium, no one can find the scoreboard or the press box that was perched here less than 24 hours ago.
It's just going to take time to get everything back in shape. Material things can always be replaced.
A mile from the school at the Colorado Fayette Medical Center, the twister ripped off part of the roof. All 10 patients were evacuated, but no one was hurt. And And talk about a train wreck. Union Pacific crews were out at dawn, clearing the tracks after the wind blew 25 cars onto their sides.
Weimer's a tight-knit community that bonds together in adversity, always have.
A tiny town of just 2,200, but one big family today.
We'll take a few knocks, but we'll get back up and we'll fight through.
Back live in Weimar this afternoon. Weimar High School graduation scheduled to take place 2 weeks from now. You'll never guess where it was supposed to happen. Right there at the Weimar High School football stadium. The superintendent told me this morning they're going to have to make some other plans now, but they are willing to adjust. We are live in Weimar this afternoon. Shannon Wolfson, KXAN News.
All right.